Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Halo teman-teman Diskas, ketemu di edisi Diskas spesial nih hari ini. Gua lagi ada di Hotel Century Park Senayan dalam rangka kita lagi ikutan programnya Joyland Festival 2022. Dilaksanakan 3 hari 4, 5, 6 November, Jumat, Sabtu, Minggu, dan kita lagi ada di hari pertama nih. Kebetulan gue sama Ryuchi Sakamoto juga, tapi juga di line up ada beberapa band internasional. Salah satunya adalah yang mau kita interview, bapak yang di sebelah kita ini. Salah satu musisi legendaris dari Jepang, udah eksis dari tahun 80-an dan ngerilis salah satu album fenomenal judulnya Fantasma tahun 97. Dan sekarang datang ke sini untuk nge-promote album-album terbarunya dan materi terbarunya juga. Namanya Cornelius atau Keigo Oyamada.
Oyamada.
Oyamada. Sorry for that. I saw your a friend of mine posted Instagram story last night. You guys already been around Jakarta from last night. Is this your first time in Jakarta?
Yes.
How is it so far?
Yeah, I really enjoy.
You enjoy it?
Yeah.
I also checked that last night that you went to Pasar Santa and buying some vinyls. Yeah. I'm also aware that you are a record collector.
No, not correct,
really?
But I like music. I bought records.
Different formats.
Yeah.
Would you prefer cassettes, vinyls, or CDs, or MP3s, or doesn't matter?
I love everything.
I love all formats. You love all formats.
But I'm records generation.
Oh, you're from?
Yeah.
Sure.
When I was a kid, always listen record. I love record.
Vinyls.
Yeah.
That's probably your main choice, your main preferences.
Yeah.
Right. I got to be honest with you. Back when I was, I went to college in Australia back in 1999, and most of my friends from college, from uni, when I went over to their house, we smoke pot, we smoke ganja, by the way. We smoke ganja to chill out and stuff. Or whenever we went clubbing and post clubbing, we went to someone else's house and coming down, relaxing, chilling out over there. And they always have Fantasma CDs in their house. Each one of them. It's become their, I guess it's become our like chill out anthem. So we lit up the bong and then put on the album, and I always amazed and also mesmerized by the eclecticism. Like there's a lot of happening in your album. Looking back, almost 15 years now, 25 years right now, yeah?
I think so.
The album, what's the album means to you now? I mean, it's such a milestone for you, right?
今どういう風に感じるかってこと。まあ僕の最初の海外でのデビューアルバムだし、すごい思い入れはあって、それでそういうなんか彼のエピソードとか聞くとすごい嬉しい気持ちになる。
It's my first debut album that went overseas, outside of Japan. So there's lots of memories to it. And, it makes them happy to hear your story about it.
Right. It's become our go-to album. There are a few, of course, like choices, but Fantasma is always on the stereos. I would like to congratulate you on the release of Ryuchi Sakamoto tribute album to the Moon and Back. I'm aware that although it hasn't been released yet, right? It's going to be released next month, I think. But you were involved in one of the tracks with the musician himself. It says that you did another version of Thatness and Thareness, one of their tracks. Can you tell us a little bit about that? Can you elaborate and tell us the process? how to make it.
カバーしたじゃん、
うん、
それでまあそれについてちょっとどういう流れとかそれについて、
今坂本さんが来年で30周年だっけ？あ、違う、50周年か。
50周年ぐらい
あれ？
確か70歳の
そうだ、70歳だ。70歳になるっていう、まあ、記念で企画されたっていうのと、今ちょっと坂本さんが結構病気で体を悪くしてて、それでみんな坂本さんに内緒で最初サプライズでなんかやろうっていう企画だったんです。それでまあ僕もずっと坂本さんとコラボレーションさせてもらったり、バイオモーで一緒にやらせてもらったりしたんで、まあ誘ってもらえてすごい嬉しかったし、まあ、すごい特別な、多分みんな坂本さんと今まで関わってきた人がすごい特別な気持ちで作ったアルバムだと思う。
So he was asked to participate in Sakamoto Ryuchi's 70th anniversary album.
Right.
So this is a special album which has various people that's collaborated with him throughout the years, and obviously Keigo's collaborated with him with YMO and other projects.
Musicians, yeah.
So this was a very special collaboration, and everybody that was involved had special feelings about it and got involved.
Oh, that's great. Right.
まああと坂本さんが今ちょっと病気。
And since Ryuchi Sakamoto, his health-wise, he's very ill right now too.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So,
Okay.
yeah.
He's like 70 years old now, right?
Yeah,
Really, yeah.
very
Okay.
serious.
Okay. But is he still active making music?
Yeah, still making music,
Still do.
but he had a cancer.
Ah, I didn't know.
Yeah, stage 4.
Oh no. Okay. Well, the best for
Yeah.
Ryuchi. We all know like he's a
Yeah.
legend, right?
Yeah.
Legendary musicians. Back to your music, Keigo. I had a listen. I've actually just had a listen to your latest album, Mellow Waves. There is a strong atmospheric character on your latest album, as opposed to the cut and paste multi-genre hopping of your earlier materials. What is the drive behind this transformation from the earlier work that is sort of like feels like a multi-genre hopping and a collage of sounds to a more I guess mature and organic sounds of now? Can you tell us a little bit about that? What's the idea behind that transformation?
まあどうやって変わっていったかっていうこと、ファンタズマから。まあ時代の変化と、まあ自分の年齢もどんどん上がっていくにつれて、自分の興味とかそういう自分が進みたい道っていうのはどんどん変わっていって、でまあファンタズマからもう25年から6年か27、8年98年だったからね、まあ随分時間が経って、まあ、だんだんとこういう感じになっていったで、まあ、特にファンタズマの次に出したポイントっていうアルバムから、まあ割とそういうコラージュしたりこうレイヤーで重ねたりっていうよりももっと空間を使った音楽に興味が移っていって、そこで割と自分のスタイルが見つかったっていうか、すごいオリジナルのスタイルが見つかったっていう感じ。
So generation and aging and interests have changed throughout the years. Phantasma was released 98 or something. So,
97, yeah.
Yeah, so 20 some years ago. So in between that time, all these the generation aging and interests have grown accordingly. And whereas there's a lot more collage and cut and paste and layering during the Phantasma, the next album after that was Point, where he gave a little more space in between the collages of the music and kind of found his own style of
Right.
music.
And I guess it gets more and more sparse in between, right? Towards the recent albums, because I'm hearing Mellow Waves it's mostly almost like ambient and soundscapes. That's the impressions that I'm getting. So they are also a very, very loose, unorthodox, and unconventional way of making music, or your approach in music productions is very unusual. Where do these patterns come from? Like, how is your research and development process when making your music? I'm just saying, like, how's the process begin from starting point to the final products? Just wondering how do you do your music? Do you listen to references first and then you go to the studios? If you could tell us a little bit about that.
ね、音楽の作り方が普通じゃないというか、音楽者から通常ではない、ユニークなスタイルで作っていくんだけど、どういうふうにそうやって音楽考えて作ってるのかなっていう。
普通じゃない。
普通じゃないっていうのは多分ロックバンドの構成とかそういう。
そうどういうふうに考えて。週に 2,3 回スタジオに行ってなんか作業するんだけど、その時のこう体調とか気分とか世の中の状況とか、そういうことによってこう最初に出したい音っていうのが決まってきて、でそれを聞いて、なんかそこに必要なものをどんどんこうその最初に出した音に導かれて、なんかどんどんこういろんな音を足していくっていうか、足したり引いたりしていくっていう、そういう作業。
In general, he goes to the studio about 2-3 times per week. And depending on how he feels then and how he's influenced by the environment,
Right.
On that day, the first sound is recorded. And from there, he's led by the first sound and keeps adding stuff on top of what he's recorded in the beginning.
I see. Right. What will be your biggest influences in making music?
Movie?
As in what elements? As in, I noticed that there are a lot of nature elements in your music. But what will be the biggest elements? Is it from music from other artists, or movies, or I don't know, or comics, novels? Are those elements that influence your music?
何がインフルエンスするか。本当いろんなこう自分が経験したこと全部が多分インフルエンスだと思うし、こうやってこういうところに来て彼と喋ったりとか、なんか今日ジャカルタで初めて音楽演奏したりとか、もちろんその間にいろんな音楽も教わったりとかして、昨日もなんかこっちの人たちにいろんなジャカルタのレコード屋さんとか面白いところを案内してもらったりとか、そういうことがすごい影響する、全てのね、映画ももちろんだし。
Basically, everything is influencing him, including movies too, but experiences, daily life experiences, even speaking with you today.
Right.
Obviously, listening to music, new music too, and coming to Jakarta for the first time. And yesterday, local musician took him around to record shops here,
Right.
and that's part
That's
of his
become influences as well. Right. So daily life also becomes huge important.
Everything.
Sure. Okay. I don't know if you noticed that, but there are an emergence of interest on 80s Japanese pop in Indonesian young market here. Young audience here, they're sort of obsessed with this the so-called city pop sound from Japan. Are you aware of this?
まあこっちで 80s のシ
いや、
ティポッ
なんか
プが
流行ってんのは知ってる。Yeah, I know.
You do, yeah. Is that the kind of music that you listened to when you were young also?
ああいうの子供の頃聞いてなかった。ちょうど僕80年代とかって小学生から中学生ぐらいだったんだけど、もちろん聴いてた曲もあるし、好きだった曲もあるけど、まあ、そんなにすごい意識してたわけじゃないっていうか、でも不思議な現象だなと思って、日本がこうすごい景気が良かった時代っていうか、なんかその頃の雰囲気がやっぱすごい残ってて、そのちょっと前にベイパーウェーブっていうちょっとのが流行ったんだけど、
ベーパーウェーブ
ベーパーウェーブなんかそういうののなんか流れも感じるし、なんか日本人から見るとちょっと不思議な気もするっていうか、でもなんか面白い現象だなって思う。
It's a strange thing that's happening over here. He feels that in the 80s, when he was in elementary through junior high, obviously he did listen to city pop music,
Right.
but wasn't to the point that he was really into it.
Yep.
But and it's strange to see that what's happening here with the 80s, because in Japan during that time the economy was really lush.
In
And,
80s.
In the 80s, right?
Yeah, and it kind of reminds me of also with like vaporwave music.
With the which?
Vaporwave?
Paperweight music.
Do you know? ベーパーウェーブ
I have no idea what
なん
that
か
is.
まあインターネットとかでちょっと流行ったんだけど、なんかそういう80年代のなんか日本の映像とかをコラージュして、なんかそういうちょっとなんていうの、もっと音楽的にはシティポップじゃなくて、もうちょっとエクスペリメンタルなものなんだけど、
ネット上で
ネット上で流行ったちょっとムーブメントがあって、それもやっぱりその80年代の日本のなんかCM とかをコラージュして作ったりする、なんかまあ音楽と映像のムーブメントみたいなのがちょっとあったんだけど、なんかそういうのの流れも感じるなって思ったんだよね。
So vaporwave is it was on the internet, and it was about not just city pop music, but music from the 80s, even television commercials where someone mixed and collaged them together.
Right.
And that kind of became a little boom. And he also sees that also happened here too, to
It's coming back
some
again.
extent. Yeah.
Right. Okay. What will be the most distinct differences of today's music market compared to when you were debuting, starting as a musician? What will be the most, what is the most differences?
一番大きな違い、そのデビューした時の音楽業界っていうか、まあ音楽の世界と今。
音楽の世界か。どうだろう。もっとやっぱなんかなんだろう、世の中に対してこう音楽っていうものの割合がなんか大きかったような気がするっていうか、割合、音楽っていうものの割合が世の中に対してもっと大きかった気がするっていうか、今音楽ってなんかこう一つのなんか趣味みたいな感じだけど、もっとなんか大きなもの、なんか時代を象徴するものとか、なんかそういう感じがする、僕が始めた頃よりも。でまあそうだね、その一番 きな違いは、まあ、インターネットによってこう音楽が物質としてじゃなくな扱われなくなったっていうか、ものじゃなくなったっていう、なんかそういうのは大きな違いだなって思うけど。
The biggest thing that you felt that was the differences since the time that he debuted is that music felt like a more larger thing, whereas it seems much more smaller, like a hobby kind of thing nowadays.
Right.
And also with the internet coming out,ネットが出ててなんだっけ、
音楽が物質ではなくて、
あ、そうだ。And with the internet coming out also too, it's lost its being physical.
Right.
It's not a thing anymore.
Yep.
But more of a
kind of lose its meanings a little bit, probably. Like, you know, it used to be, it means something more important to people, but now it's become a background music. That's probably how it was,
前は
right?
もっと人にとってもっと大切なものだったのが、今どっちかというと、まあ、バックグラウンドミュージックみたいな感じになってるのかなっていう。
まあそういうのもあるし、なんかなんだろう、すごい多様化してってるっていうか、音楽にすごいハマってる人もいるし、本当に空気みたいなものになってるっていうか、水道ひねれば水が出るみたいな感じに音楽がなんか変わってったっていう。
There are people that are really into music, but then it's also become also almost like air, like turning the water faucet on and it comes out and then you turn it off.
Right. So it's more available freely now compared to your era when you just started up, right?
始めた時代
It's much more free
で
now.
まあ、アクセスがもっと
そうだね。
取りや
More
すい。
accessible.
だからそういうシティポップみたいな現象も起きるようになったっていうか。
It's probably why the city pop thing that's happening
Available in Indonesia,
was able to
yeah.
happen.
That's right. How do you found it? The fact that music has become much more, I guess, how do you say it? Yeah, it becomes much more like a commodities right now. Whereas back then you were saying that it has a deeper meaning now for people back then, and plus when you're releasing albums, it feels more like an event or celebration, right? But now it just become a product. Like it only sustained for 3 months, and then people doesn't remember it anymore. How do you find it as a musician? Do you find it frustrating, or does it give you challenges?
昔はもっとなんだろう、大切っていう感じがしたので、今はもう商品化しちゃって、3ヶ月後もう忘れたみたいな感じになって、それはもうミュージシャンとしてはそれについてどう思うかなっていう。
なんかちょっと寂しい気もするけどね。でもまたなんか新しいやり方もあると思うから、新しい関わり合い方もあると思うから。
I feel a bit sad about it, but there's also probably another new way to go around it.
A new opportunities, I suppose. Yeah. Right. Why do you think Cornelius is still sustained up until now? Like still, you know, people still remembers, people still, you know, connects to your music. Why do you think is that? What's the reason? Do you reckon?
なんで今も
そう今もそのコネアさんが残って人がその音楽を聴いてて
It's relevant up until now.
残ってるっていうかさ、思いますかっていう。
なんでだろうね。まあ今聴いてくれる環境もまあすごいたくさんあるし、まあ独特のものを作ってる感じはあると思うから、他にない感じがあるから、まあ 珍しいなと思って聞いてくれる人もまあいるんじゃない。
I wonder why, but probably due to the environment that we're also in right now, and possibly perhaps maybe some people listen to his music thinking that it's unique and not different from others.
Right. Sure. Also, I've just heard the fact from some of the organizers, like the license officers and Maya over here. They were telling me that out of all the performers, international performers that plays here, Cornelius' team is pretty much the only one who brought the whole team of visuals and like the whole digital, part of the shows to enhance the show, I suppose. Is it important for you to present your music in the way you see it? Like, does it always happens like that from one shows to another? Is presenting your music the way you see it in your head, in your visions, is important to you?
まあ他のバンドと比べてNSC のその機材持ってきたりとか、映像とかも
ビジュアル持ってきて、
他のバンドは今回出るのはそんなにやってないんだけど、そうやって自分の頭の中で想像してるその自分の音楽のプレゼンのやり方っていうのはすごく大事なことかな。
そうだね、まあ全部含めてっていう感じだから。
Yes,
まあ普通、
including everything, the whole part of it is important.
Right. Is being relevant with today's music trend is important for you?
Today's music?
Like, what's happening in the music industry or to happen with the global trend?
Is that important?
Yeah, is that important for you? Is that relevant?
今のその音楽の世界っていうか、音楽業界っていうか、何が起こってるかを、常に知っておくっていうことは大事と思う。
いやー、まあ僕もそんなにね、業界っていう意味では全く分かんないけど、自分の好きな音楽とかは興味がある音楽とかは常にやっぱあるけどね。でもそのいわゆる業界みたいなことはちょっと僕もよく分かんないです。
You don't know about the so-called like music industry, but he is interested in music that he likes.
Pardon?
He is interested in music that he likes.
All right. Okay.
Not necessarily, what's
the industry,
happening with
the trend.
Music industry. He doesn't know what's happening with the music industry.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. A couple of last few questions. Looking back in retrospective, in hindsight, which part of your career is your favorite? Is it during your days with flipper guitars or with Phantasma or with Mellow 5 probably? Like, I'm just wondering which one is the most you enjoy doing.
振り返って今思うとどの時代、フリッパー、メタ5、何々っていう時が一番自分で楽しめた。
楽しめるのは、メタ5とか、あとは陽子さんとか YMO とか、なんか自分のソロじゃないプロジェクトの方がなんか楽しんでできるっていうか、そういうギタリストっていう立場だったりするから、なんかもうちょっと楽しむ余裕があるっていうか、自分のやっぱ多く関わってるプロジェクトだと、コーネリアスとかはやっぱいろいろ気になってただ楽しむっていう感じにはなれないっていう。
So in the sense of what times were enjoyable was performing with Meta 5, Yoko Ono, YMO, where it's not his solo show, but perhaps like when he comes out as a guitarist, he has more time to be able to actually enjoy
Right.
But when it's his own stuff, he's got so many concerns about what he has to do. You know, if you compare that, then it's more enjoyable with other bands.
Right. Okay, that's interesting. So you started as a guitarist first, yeah?
Yeah.
All right. So I guess yeah, this kind of makes sense. Like if you're just playing the guitar, you're just more concerned with what you have to do as opposed to being a producer. You have to think about all the other elements, right? Other parts. I'm also I would like to ask you this because I've always found at least one or two songs in each of your albums, or actually the before the recent one, in Points or in Sensuous. There's always one or two songs that has a much more aggressive and how do you call it, raw, and a much more emotive songs in it. Do you used to be a metalhead? Like, do you like heavy metals?
Yeah.
You do? What would be your three most important heavy metal albums?
モストインポータントヘビーメタルアルバム。なんだろう、3つ
Pardon? Yes.
トップ3、まあ、ブラックサバス、
Black Sabbath.
ブラックサバス、パラノイド、or Master of Reality.
Great ones, yeah.
Yeah. And Iron Maiden first.
Pardon?
Iron Maiden
Iron Maiden. Right.
first, second.
First and second one, Killers and the self-titled.
yeah.
That's a great choice. Those are two bands. Do you have another one?
なんだろう。
Or was that pretty much your
Ozzy
favorite?
Osbourne.
Of course, yeah, Ozzy.
Ozzy.
Right. That's undisputed.
And Randy Rhoads album,
Oh yeah, that's yeah. It's a shame he's
first and second.
yeah. Shame he's passed away, right? Another one, last one. What would be these another favorite albums? What would be three another favorite albums that people wouldn't expect that you have? Yeah, they didn't expect that Keigo actually collecting.
人がケイコはまさかこういうの聞いてるんだなって思わないトップ3のアルバム、自分の。
And why does he collecting it?
まさか聴いてるとは思わないアルバム。なんだろう。
The people will be surprised that, oh my God, you have this? Like,
ブルース・スプリングスティーンの「I'm on Fire」っていう曲がすごい好き。
Bruce Springsteen, I'm on Fire. He likes that song.
wow, that's the boss. That's a great one. Yeah.
あとね、なんだろう。
Any traditional Japanese music, probably, perhaps, no? Or jazz, or
大橋純子、こっちで人気あるって聞いたんだけど、大橋純子の「黄昏マイラブ」って曲があるんだけど、Do you know 純子大橋？
no, is it Japanese artist?
Japanese singer in late 70s.
Late 70s. Okay.
I hear the famous in city pop scene.
Okay. Right.
その「黄昏マイラブ」っていう曲があって、それ小学校の時なんかすごい大人の世界だなと思って、なんか声がいいなと思って聞いてた。
There's a song called 黄昏 My Love.
黄昏マイラブ。
黄昏 My Love. And he was listening to that in his elementary years and thought it was very like adultish and good.
Nice. So that's your
あと
favorite.
なんだろう。
Okay.
聞いてないと思うだろう。
That's good.
この昨日ね、昨日っていうかここに来る前に
I think you still have another one.
なんか いくつかインドネシアのバンド調べてて、このバンド知ってる？
Oh, Dara Puspita. Yes. Did you just find out? Did you just heard them? They're from the 60s and they just recently reunited for a festival a couple of weeks ago. They were like 70 years old and still like playing guitar.
I saw it on YouTube.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
amazing. Like
Yeah.
it's miraculous actually how they were still playing together. But it's only for one occasion actually. Okay, actually, I gotta ask you this: when is the next Cornelius album coming out? Because the last one is 2017, right? Mellow Waves.
Yeah.
Are you planning to release another one?
Now I'm making new album.
In the process?
Yeah. Maybe next year.
Next year?
Yeah.
Great. Well, we hope it'll come up very
Thank
soon.
you.
And thank you for your time, Mr. Oyamada. And itu tadi interview kita sama Cornelius aka Keigo Oyamada. And I hope you enjoy Jakarta during your stays here.
Thank you.
You're playing tonight at 11, yeah?
I think so.
11 o'clock.
Yeah.
Well, my bands, I'm going to play here too. I hope you catch our shows.
Oh, yeah.
We play pretty early though. Jam berapa kita ya? 7, like 7 o'clock,
yeah.
like early start. But anyway, thanks for having us. And also, we hope you enjoy the show later on.
Thank you.
Thank you, Keigo.